Up only 3 hits through 6. But Levon was better, hurling 7 solid and allowing only 1 run. Tonight, the Nationals look to build on that much-needed win.
It's a great day for baseball.
Good crowd gathering on a hot Tuesday in our nation's capital. Royals and the Nats. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Roger Bernardina back in the lineup tonight. Why not? Over the last 3 weeks, Rogers hitting over 350. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. Good night at the ballpark if you like pitching and defense last night.
Yeah, you know, both guys were contact guys, so you needed defense, especially on our side of the ball with Levon Hernandez on the hill. But you know what? Pudge Rodriguez really was the story of the night. 38 years young. Levon Hernandez had everything working. Pudge was framing the ball great like he always does. But then when guys were going to try and get a jump on the ball or try to get a run in scoring position, Pudge was there. He throws out Pasednik in the first inning. Then a little bit later, he's going to fire out and get a Vilas. Actually, that's Cayaspo later in the game in the 7th. So Pudge basically doing a great job, threw out 2 guys and then picked somebody off. Nigel Morgan in center field was fantastic. This is a great play right here by Ryan Zimmerman to end an inning. So, I mean, everybody was catching the ball well, including Josh the Hammer Willingham running towards the wall, Bob. But, you know, the bottom line is it was a well-played ball game by everybody. They might have outdid us 11-4, but the final score was 2-1. It was a big win for the ball club.
I don't think there's any coincidence. When the pitching's better, so is the defense in the Nats. Hope for that tonight if Luis Adelano can get the ball on the ground with that sinker.
Well, he's a sinker ball guy. He needs to get ground balls. This is one of the best contact and best hitting teams in the game, hitting around 280 as a ball club. So we need him to go 7. He needs to put the ball on the ground.
It is T-shirt Tuesday here at the ballpark, and we call it Clip and Save, which means Tyler Clipper and Matt Capps. They were right at it last night. Capps, his location and command were amazing. And, of course, it was save number 21. First opportunity in a while. Let's hope there's another one tonight. Royals and Nats coming right up. Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. It's a hot one at the yard tonight. Ball should be carrying. It'll be a challenge for Luis Adelano and Anthony LaRue as the Nats and the Royals get together for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Royals continue to lead Major League Baseball with a .279 batting average. Jose Guillen, the former Nat, a base hit last night. 16-game streak, 22 for 63 over that time. And they've got guys like David DeJesus and Billy Butler that are in the top 7 in the league in hits. So Luis Adelano will have to be around the strike zone tonight. It's going to be an interesting matchup, Rob, because he's not a strikeout pitcher. We all know that. And the Royals really put the ball in play.
Yes, they do. And here's your PNC Pitcher Scouting Report, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in all of us. Location, location, location. Like Bob said, hit your spots, make them hit your pitches. Keep it simple, stupid, and attack that strike zone.
First pitch at 7:06, and it's a high strike to start the ball game against Scott Podsednik, who was 4 for 4 here last night. 3 singles and a double, now hitting .293. In fact, it was interesting. Pudge, after getting 0-1, wanted that fastball up, and that's where Adelano gave it to him. This guy's always been a solid player, good speed, contact hitter. He has 20 stolen bases. That's tied for 6th in the American League. And that ball ripped and caught by Christian Guzman, playing at shortstop tonight.
Hey, we got him out.
How about that? What a series he's having, swinging the bat. And the Nats defense, featuring Guzman and Adam Kennedy up the middle tonight. Brought to you by Cisco. Willingham, Morgan, and Bernardina in the outfield. Zimmerman, Dunn at the corners, and Pudge Rodriguez is behind the plate tonight.
So we have the old men triangle with Rodriguez, Kennedy, and Guzman. There he is.
This is a country for old men tonight. Here's Jason Kendall hitting .261. Front door breaking ball stays in there, 1-1. Kendall, a contact hitter, very little power at this stage of his career. Wide open stance. No batting gloves.
Old school.
There have been times when he almost looked like a right-handed Craig Counsell in there. Brian Runge, whose father was a very good umpire. Ed Runge, 12th year. Hunter Wendelstedt, his dad Harry, a good umpire. Mike Winters and crew chief Jerry Lane on the crew tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In fact, Harry Wendelstedt still runs the most well-known umpiring school in baseball.
Is that what you were looking for?
What's that? Oh, yeah, you gave me my pitching matches. I'm all ready.
Trying to hook you up.
We love knowing what's going on around baseball every night. In fact, the Marlins are underway at Baltimore. Nats will follow the Fish in there. And Adelano throws it right under the bat of Jason Kendall. Not a strikeout pitcher, but he racks up a swinging K right there. Nationals bullpen in the top 5 in the league in the month of June. It's a good thing, too, because the starters have faltered. Billy Butler and David DeJesus, told you about their hits. DeJesus, 7th in the league, Butler's 4th, and Josh Willingham, when he drives in a run, Nats are pretty good. 6 over 500. So here's DeJesus with those 86 hits. David also 8th in the American League with a .395 on base percentage. As I mentioned last night, he's a homegrown Royal, 4th round in 2000 out of Rutgers. He went to Rutgers but never played there because of an elbow injury.
So he got the scholarship and then he just went to class.
What a novel idea. Best June average all time for the Royals. Can you believe that George Brett is not on that list?
I can't, especially the one year he hit .390. How can he not be on there? He must have had a June swoon.
Yeah, he must have hit .399 that month to trail Mike Sweeney. Adelano keeping the ball down well. And
he rings him up.
What was up with that? A very late call from Brian Runge, and this inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Adelano. Wow. Looked low to us. Roger Bernardino, look at him. In the month of June, he's been hitless in only 3 ball games and batting .351 for the month, elevating his average up to .286. Adam Kennedy's in there tonight, and Guzman is the shortstop. This is 27-year-old Anthony LaRue, originally drafted in the 11th round by the Braves 9 years ago. Just 3 games, couple of starts for the Royals last year, and 1 start this year, after 5 of them with their AAA ball club in Omaha. Rob will scout him in a moment. First pitch, pop fly on Setnik, left field. Niger Morgan gone quickly.
Well, and PNC Pitcher Scouting Report, once again, brought to you by PNC for the Achiever and us all. He is a member of that Tommy John Club, just like Adelano, so it took him a couple of extra years to come back from that. His first start, he was a little bit fired up and too amped, and then he did settle down, and on the road in his career, he has 9 career road outings and 8.87 ERA.
15 career starts, games, 6 career starts, and that one is in there too. Christian Guzman. Guzman only .234 his last 24 games, but all you need to do is put a white uniform on him, and he remembers how good he is. .345 at home, 5th best by any home hitter in the league. And LaRue had him 0-2, had him reaching now. On a slow roller to Mike Aviles, 2 outs. That'll bring up Zimmerman. Cisco defense. For the Royals, Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the U.S. Department of Defense. And the Royals lining up pretty much the same way they did last night. But Setnik, great speed at left, De Jesus in center field, and the former Nat, Jose Guillen in right field. Ryan Zimmerman takes a strike. 3 walks, 0 for 1 last night. 4 for his last 35, and only 6 hits his last 42 at bats. That's a ringing single to left center. Quite frankly, Rob, that's a sound I've missed hearing lately.
Well, he said yesterday he was going to break out. I was listening to Dave Jagler, who does the national radio broadcast right next to us, and he said that he and Rick Eckstein have not changed a whole lot because he knows he's going to break out eventually. He doesn't want to tinker too much with his swing. It's been working for him so far in his big league career. We just want him to come out swinging hard.
Adam Dunn, normally a base hit, but that's Mike Aviles way out in right field. The Nats hit the ball solidly twice, and Zimmerman stranded. No score after one on a hot Tuesday night in KC. Seven 2-4-1 LUNA. Billy Butler steps in, leading the American League with Dustin Pedroia and Vernon Wells in 2 baggers. The major league leaders are over in the National League with Marlon Byrd, the former Nat, and Jason Worth, 24 apiece. Billy Butler hitting .330, 7th best in the American League. But he's only hit 7 home runs this year. He's had 28 multi-hit games. And Adelano bends the breaking ball far enough away from it. And the count's 1-2. Royals are 12 games behind Minnesota. They've lost 4 straight. They're 29-42. The Nats are 32-39. 10.5 back of Atlanta. Out to short. Guzman to his left. 4 in a row for Adelano, and that's his first ground ball out. But nothing else has left the infield either.
A couple of strikeouts in the first inning, and Pudge doing a great job of just saying throw the ball over here, throw the ball over there, and calling the game. That might be what Luis Adelano needs, is just a veteran catcher back there, kind of walk him through 7 innings tonight.
Pudge caught last night, and he will catch Strasburg tomorrow. Jim Riggleman said before the game today. Here's Jose Guillen hitting .269, but working on a 16-game hitting streak. It's the second longest in the American League this year. Robinson Cano of the Yankees had a 17-gamer from May 17th to June 3rd. Josh Hamilton of the Rangers also has a 16-game streak in progress.
Pretty good sinker right there. And you saw Pudge shake his hand. It looks like Adelano throws a heavy ball, meaning that when it gets there, it burrows right into the catcher's hand. So I think that's the first time I've seen Pudge shake his hand off.
Little pop-up left center. Guzman out, Willingham in, and Christian can't quite get there. 17-game streak for Guillen. And that matches the longest in baseball this year. We mentioned the one by Cano. Jorge Cantu of the Marlins also had a 17-gamer.
Well, this one just falls in there, perfectly placed. Jam shot, very nice sinker, in on his hands. Niger had to come a long way, and nobody's able to come up with that boy. So bad boy. I used to say that dog will hunt. That ball found a way to drop in there.
Here's Alberto Callaspo.
Well, if you're going to have a long hitting streak, you need hits like that to fall in.
Yep. Maybe a 50-foot dribbler down a first or third base line here and there.
Absolutely. A swinging bunt. You know, guys are playing back because of his power.
That ball hit hard up the middle. One hopper to Niger Morgan. 2 on, 1 out.
Well, 1-0 and high location, and Callaspo all over that. Got to get it down.
The Royals had 2 doubles last night and 9 singles.
They like the ball up, and they just smack it. And there you see not a real heavy swing on it. Just slap it right there.
Here's the second baseman, Mike Aviles, and he had 3 base hits last night.
Well, and the problem, though, with all those singles, and they singled us to death, they got 1 run.
But Rodriguez took care of 3 runners at second base, too.
So great defense took care of them. Levon pitched out of some jams. Then Caps pitched out of gave up that leadoff single to Guillen in the 9th inning. But they got 1 run. They had 11 hits. So Runge got a very slow call tonight.
Just like Jerry Lane did last night.
Kinetic right here on the pitch track. Catches the outside corner.
Good fastball. Gets the corner. Kinetic North America with that pitch track. Providing world-class technology to our national homeland security customers. Royals have hit into 79 double plays this year. And he blows it by him on a pitch up and away. Strikeout number 3 for Luis Adelano, who coming into this game had fanned only 25 in 60 innings.
Well, I think Pudge Rodriguez, steady diet of sinkers and breaking balls, and then he says, okay, throw this pitch up. So he comes with the 4-seam fastball. Not so much velocity tonight as location. It's probably not on the Royal scouting report because we don't see him throw a lot of 4-seam straight fastballs.
Well, pitchers have to make adjustments too. That's a strike call. Rafael Betancourt, the shortstop.
And if he can keep working ahead like that, he's going to have a wonderful night. It's when you fall behind 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, you make the 250 hitter into a 400 or 500 hitter. So work ahead and then put him away.
You have a pitcher on deck who's had 3 career at-bats. So he's ahead, and he needs to get this hitter out with his pitch now and not give him anything down the middle. LaRue 0 for 3, former Brave.
Well, if you watch the pregame show, which I do every day, Ray and I talked about LaRue. 900 plus innings in the minor league spot. 900. That's a career in itself.
A lot of bus rides.
Yep.
A lot of rub downs.
A lot of perseverance.
It's a lot of rub downs when you're waiting for your turn because there's one trainer and a whole lot of guys. So Guillen got it started with 1 out with a blue pin. Callaspo the line drive up the middle. They stayed at second and third when Aviles struck out. And now it's 1-2 to Betancourt. Hard-breaking ball way outside. You know what? If you throw 2 more out there and you miss, then you get the pitcher right. Don't let this guy get a base hit.
Don't give in. And that's when you watch Levon pitch, I think you should learn that from a guy like Levon. 3-2, he'll throw breaking balls, change up, just more junk. So even if he misses and you swing at it, you're not going to do too much with it.
Right back to the pitcher. Adelano fields it well. He'll face the pitcher next inning. Royals have stranded 10 runners in this series now in 11 innings. I'm not sure it's a night to go out for a ride with the windows open. Whew. Those motorcycle helmets have to be awfully, awfully hot on a night like this. Andrew LaRue out for his second inning of work. As we mentioned earlier, second start of the season, no decision in a 5-2 win at Houston. But he did pitch at home 4 times for the Omaha Royals in AAA, only 1 time on the road at New Orleans. Solid ERA there at 2.84. Josh Willingham, 5 for his last 32. That ball is well hit to left. It is screaming for the wall. It'll one-hop behind Podsednik, and Josh Willingham gets the second inning off to a great start. He has 12 homers and triple. That'll be his 10th double of the season. That's as well as he's hit a ball in a week or so. Next up, a very adept right field shooter in Pudge Rodriguez.
LaRue gets his pitch up, and it just gets smoked by the hammer down the left field line over Podsednik's head for a double. Had so much topspin on it, as Bob said, it was screaming for the wall instead of screaming for the seats.
So Josh missed homer number 100 by about 7 or 8 feet. Here's Pudge, hitless last night, but still 10 for 35 since he came off the DL 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago tonight, in fact, when Steven Strasburg was pitching, and Rodriguez made a triumphant return to the big leagues. Mets have 2 early runs at home against the Tigers tonight. And the Phillies are hosting the Indians and have 2 early runs. Marlins underway at Baltimore, no score. And the Braves a little later are in Chicago against the White Sox. That'll be a real good series. Atlanta's won 5 straight. They lead the Mets by 2.5 in the East. Runner almost trapped off second. Willingham got back. Rodriguez grounds back to the pitcher, 1 out. Don't forget about the New Era Flex plan, so you don't miss out a moment of all the fun things happening in this ballpark this season. Go to nationals.com/2010 or 202-675-NATS. Maximum of 4 tickets per purchase. Pick 3 games, get a 4th game free, plus a free New Era Nats cap. Roger Bernardino. Came in for defense last night. And then led off the 8th inning with a base hit. He drives that ball to left, but Podsednik is there. 2 outs. Bringing up Adam Kennedy.
Well, that's exactly what Roger should be doing. Hit the ball where it's pitched. If it's on the outer half, drive to left field after watching him do it BP. When he starts becoming a spray to all fields guy, he becomes a much more valuable weapon, and he'll hit over 300 up here.
And it'll be hard for them to get a book on it, too.
No, absolutely. The more you use all the fields on a baseball field, the better you will be.
And I think Adam Kennedy would do more of that with more playing time. But his APs have been few and far between lately. And we've seen Adam more often than not lately pulling the ball. He's at his best when he goes to left center, and the Royals know that. They've got their left and center fielders bunched toward the gap. Hard hit, but right at the second baseman Aviles. And after the leadoff double, the Nats are done in the second. No score. Pitchers coming up to lead off for both in the third. Top of the third coming up. Time for our AFCEA sideline report. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And here's Byron.
All right, Luis Altolano, Bob, the last couple of starts, of course, losses at Cleveland. The first 3 innings, very key. 3 runs against Cleveland, 2 runs against Detroit. He talked about his mechanics and how he needs to improve.
I'm dropping my arm a little bit to the side, and that's why I'm getting more trouble. So I'm focused now on get more balance and get on top of the ball. So hopefully I get it.
Steve McCaddy told me that we are a sinker ball pitching team, besides Steven Strasburg, of course, in that 100-mile-per-hour fastball. He's got to pitch to his strength to be successful, guys.
Let's have Rob Dibble address that dropping the arm thing. Rob, what happens? And that's 0-2 on the pitcher when he drops down too far.
Well, if he's 3/4, the ball's going to have the sink action. It's going to come at the plate and then go away over to the right-handed batter's box. So it goes away from lefties and on righties. Lefts will induce a bunch of ground balls. But when you get underneath it and come from the side, you lift the ball up and it flattens out and becomes very hittable. It's a hittable plane. His delivery. So if you get 2 from the side, and there you see him, he's more 3/4 and closer to over the top.
Anthony LaRue, the hitting pitcher here, 0 for 3 career. Born in Carlisle, PA, still lives in the state of Pennsylvania, a town called Dillsburg. He was a standout quarterback in high school, as well as an outstanding baseball player. The Braves took him in the 11th round in 2001. And the Royals picked him up as a minor league free agent March of 2009. That should punch him out, and it does. Adelano's first time through the lineup, 2 singles, 2 ground balls, and 4 strikeouts.
Being aggressive in the strike zone will do you a lot of good at this level, especially against a pitcher. Just throw it in there. Drayton Moore came over from the Atlanta Braves. That's why you see a lot of former Braves and Brave farmhands, guys that he scouted, drafted, etc. So Dayton Moore being the senior vice president and GM of the Royals, that's why you're going to see a lot of those men on the roster in the minor league system too.
There's a former Nationals front office guy who is very key for the Royals. Scott Podsednik there. And the Nats will evidently get him out again. First time he hasn't hit the ball hard, and that was a little too close, guys.
Podsednik made that a close play.
Kevin Uhlich, who was the right-hand man to Tony Tavares with the Nationals when the ball club came here from Montreal as their senior VP of business operations. And Kevin was the force behind the Royals' more than $200 million renovation of their ballpark.
Now there you see just getting some wood on the ball by Podsednik in the hustle, and he just gets beat by a step.
It's just how you practice in spring training, but Scott Podsednik's not running down the line in Vieira. Maybe they ought to take the fastest guy on the team and make him run down the line on those drills. Here's Kendall. And a fly ball right side. Roger Bernardina. And Luis Adelano has 3 of his best innings in a long, long time. He'll lead off in a scoreless game. Let's fire up the smartphone. Smarter than us on occasion. 3 pitchers all time that have recorded 6 consecutive starts without allowing an earned run. I think Don Drysdale and Bob Gibson would be 2 of them.
Or Hershiser.
Hershiser would be the other. Did we get him? We'll find out shortly. Put your thinking caps on and think about the guys who've had those long, scoreless streaks. One of those streaks was rescued by an umpire's call on a hitter who didn't get out of the way of a ball that hit him. Umpire put him back in there. I think it was Drysdale's streak. I know something bizarre happened during Earl's streak as well. Luis Adelano this year, 1 for 20. I know Bob Gibson's streak came to an end on a wild pitch. Left side, Alberto Callaspo, 1 out. Top of the order now, Nyjer Morgan and Christian Guzman. By the way, the National League, Rob, was perfect last night. 3-0. There were only 3 games, but hey, perfect's perfect. It's now 92-79 American lead. Interleague play will come to an end this Sunday. The Nats are 4-9. The Royals are 5-8. Morgan will pull that ball. Vilas close to first base. Easy throw, 2 outs. Nyjer Morgan in this series. 1 hit against Ned Yost's pitching staff. 55-year-old native of Eureka, California. And a great baseball man who was a coach for Bobby Cox for 12 years. I had forgotten that Ned was in the bullpen as a coach.
Yeah.
Who coaches in the bullpen for 8 years?
Well, because Leo Mazzoni was basically the head honcho of the pitching staff as the pitching coach, but Ned very instrumental in helping out with Leo Mazzoni down there, so they did a great job with that pitching staff. They were winning division year after year after year, and then he finally got a chance to. He was asked a lot to interview for the job before that, base hit by Christian Guzman, but he never really wanted to leave Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so when he finally got the right job offer, I guess, he decided to go to Milwaukee as the manager.
And then in Milwaukee, he goes 68, 67, 81, 75, 83 wins, and gets fired with his team on the way to the wild card in mid-September.
Right when he was moving on up, getting that record right where it should be, small budget.
After the bullpen 8 years, he coached third base for Bobby for 4 years and then on to Milwaukee. Good baseball man, Ned Yost. Here's Ryan Zimmerman, who hit the ball extremely hard first time. So all 3 Nats hits have been very solidly struck by Zimmerman, Willingham, and Guzman.
Who really drops down on that breaking ball. You see it hit that little duke over the top. Got to throw at least one other pitch from the same location where the hitters will pick that up.
Now they bunch Zimmerman toward the gap in right center in the outfield. 1 ball, 1 strike. David DeJesus is 2 cuts of the grass toward right center. So he's about 15 feet over from a straightaway position.
Well, they got a good scouting report on Zim. That's Zim's power alley out to right center field. It's just you have to, if you're going to play him away, you better pitch him away, and that last pitch was on the inner half. Find that left center field gap. Let's see if Christian can score from first.
Right off the end of the bat, not a play. Adam Dunn hit the ball really hard first time up, but they had him played out in right field. And his scorching ground ball was picked up by Micah Vilas out there and then thrown out. So the Nats have had some good hacks early in this game.
Well, they're going very, very soft with Zim. Nothing but slow curves and changeups. That was a slow changeup away. I mean, a foot off the plate. I think Zim's going to bite on that one.
I think Ryan's seeing the ball better, as indicated by his 3 walks last night, and some of those on borderline pitches that he did not bite on. Sometimes a walk or 2, or in this case 3, can be an indicator of a guy who's about to get it going again with the bat.
Well, he's making more contact too with the foul balls, and hit a rocket a couple of games ago right at the third baseman that was caught. was swinging and missing an awful lot throughout this down period.
Waits for that one, and that's a fair ball. It's going to get deep down into the corner. That will chase Guzman home. Nationals take the lead, and Ryan Zimmerman is 2 for 2. Rob, that was an off-speed pitch, and he really waited for it.
Well, and that's the one thing, too, with LaRue and Kendall. I mean, you throw him 6 or 7 breaking balls, eventually he's going to make an adjustment, and he pulls this ball down the line. It's a breaking ball. Looked like maybe a changeup on the inner half, but it was up in his face, and he just drills it down the left field line. And remember we talked about when Adam was still hitting the ball, but he wasn't crushing the ball, hitting it down the end of the bat or on the inner half, and he was just missing it. I just believe hitting's a lot like pitching. It's a feel. And as soon as he got a feel where he was supposed to be in the box and where he's tracking the ball, Adam Dunn started just scorching the ball, hitting a bunch of home runs. So hopefully Ryan gets that back and gets that feeling going, and just like he should be. And be back to home.
That might be the first time Zimmerman's had 2 hits in a game since the last homestand. He had 3 hits on June 8th, including a home run in the Strasburg win over the Pirates. That's a little bouncer out into short right. And that'll do it for the Nats in the 3rd. But Ryan Zimmerman comes up big with 2 outs. RBI number 37. Moments ago, Ryan Zimmerman, the double and RBI number 37. The Royals just cannot get hits with runners in scoring position in the first 12 innings. And Luis Adelano, excellent so far.
Yeah, he's on a mission tonight, and he's attacking the strike zone. No walks in 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, but working ahead with the breaking ball, throwing some hard sinkers, and then some 4-seamers. Right there, he throws a sinker to Betancourt, gets the ground ball to end the inning. Luis Adelano, first time through the order, excellent.
Top of the 4th, David DeJesus. Struck out swinging first time up. Good off-speed pitch there. Had a left-hander way out ahead.
When you're efficient, what I mean by efficient and locate the ball, it's not as hard as you think. Keep it simple. You get ahead of the hitter, and then you let them make mistakes, swing at bad balls.
0-2, close.
2-1, 3-1, and you have to make a pitch just to stay in the count. And the at-bat with the hitter, that's when we've been getting murdered.
Slapped out to second. Right there, Adam Kennedy. And a fourth ground ball out now for Adelano to go with his 4 strikeouts and a line drive to short. So most of the action except for one hitter on the infield.
Well, and Bob, that had great swing back action on it. Really nice late break at the end. So the sinker now, after throwing a lot more breaking balls, a lot more four-seam fastballs, now all of a sudden, now the sinker's got the sink action going.
Outside to Billy Butler. Marlins have picked up 4 at Baltimore. So right now, 4 of the 5 National League East teams, with Atlanta playing later, have leads in their interleague games. Billy Butler, 6'1", 240. And then Jose Guillen, 17-game hitting streak on deck. That ball is cracked to right. Bernardino right there. 2 outs. All right, let's talk about 3 pitchers. Recorded 6 consecutive starts without allowing an earned run. So we're talking 50 to 60 innings here.
I'm going to say Saberhagen.
Ah, a Royal.
Greinke.
Zach Greinke.
I knew they were looking at the Royals meeting guy.
Nationals will not see Zach Greinke in this series. From the Washington hitting standpoint, that's a good thing.
But that would have been a cool matchup.
Greinke in Strasburg tomorrow? Sweet. Have at it, boys. Not this time. Well, we'll see that maybe in 3 more years in Kansas City when Greinke's won 3 Cy Youngs and Strasburg 2. How about that?
That would be very nice.
I went 2 to Guillen. Fastball away.
So they're throwing over his hands. Up and in, over his hands. See if he'll chase it.
I can tell you, Jose does not like the ball in there. Not many hitters do, but he likes it out over the plate. That is serious jammage right there, and he muscles it into right field. Well, what are you going to do? That's a good pitch.
Made a perfect pitch. The guy still got it in. See, that's when you know you're going good, you're living right.
24 for 65 now during his hitting streak.
This is a great pitch right here by Adelano. It's up, it's in on his hands, it jams the heck out of him. Total jammage. Look at this. Can't get his arms extended, and he still fights it off over the infield.
So he's hitting 369 during his 17-game streak. And here's Alberto Callaspo, who hit the ball really hard up the middle his first time. Again, has 2 of Kansas City's 3 hits. That's a strike. Callaspo, by the way, is 7 for his last 17. And he's on a 5-game streak right now. Target way in. Adelano jams in pretty well. Zimmerman's got a shot here. It's just too far down the line. Ryan probably went over 100 feet before narrowly missing that ball.
Fantastic effort right here. He just starts sprinting, knowing it's going to be really far down the foul line. You see the outstanding effort by Ryan.
He was within half of a glove length of catching that. Well hit to right, and Bernardina's right there for another. Nats are getting a break on some line drives at people, but they've had their share lately with the bats. 1-0 Washington.
Wire to wire.
Country, wire to wire.
Wire to wire. George W. was on fire. I think that's one of the biggest blowouts we've seen in a while. Look at those little munchkins. Why don't we have any further?
Josh Willingham jammed on that pitch. Inside, bottom of the fourth underway.
I have noticed, though, Bob, Teddy finishing second a lot more lately. I think he's getting close to the victory.
There it goes. Left field, high in the air. Is this number 100? Yes, it is. Josh Willingham's 13th of the year, a career milestone. And the Nats lead 2-0.
Congratulations, Hammer. Number 100. The hammer right here on kinetic, the pitch track way up in his face. Looked like he was throwing a sidearm fastball. I told you about the sidearm curve he's been throwing, so you got to match it up with something. And that just leaves the ballpark in a hurry.
That was a majestic home run by Josh Willingham.
And another Han Solo.
The Nats have hit 64 homers this year, 43 of them with nobody on base.
Yeah,
you know as a pitcher, you love that stuff.
As a pitcher, yes, but not as their broadcaster.
Great swing by Pudge Rodriguez, and he's aboard.
I'm greedy. 3-run and grand salami.
You and Earl Weaver.
There's one play-by-play guy, I don't know who it is, that we played before my radio show every day. It says, "Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time." I mean,
that ball's well hit. And Bernardina has a single. Rodriguez stops at second, and suddenly the Nats are gashing the ball around Nationals Park. And it might not be a bad idea to keep doing this because it looks like we've got some dark clouds approaching here.
Well, that's a straight fastball right there. Too much of the zone. You saw where Kendall wanted it, and Roger Bernardina is just wearing out the center of the field. So the body tried to go to left field the first at bat. Second time, he just drives it on through the middle.
Look at those skies down to the south of us.
Oh, there's a lot
and to the southwest
bolts too, Bob. A lot of lightning bolts. It's time for like that Roy Hobbs moment, though. Where just the lights explode.
Thunder now rumbling. Adam Kennedy, the hitter. Well, the Nats need to pick up a couple of quick runs here and then let Adelano do his thing in the 5th inning. Adam staying on the ball. Nationals Park getting darker by the moment with thunder rumbling in the distance. 2-0 Nats, bottom of the 4th. Bob Robb and Byron Kerr in for Debbie Taylor tonight. And we hope Debbie is feeling better. And Kennedy doesn't bite on the 0-2 changeup. Well, you have heat and humidity storing up all day like it has been here. We're going to have some pop-up weather late in the day. It has been a scorcher today. Kennedy up the middle. Carrying, but not far enough for the Royals. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Well, the ball club really responding to Josh Willingham's blast. And now Luis Adelano will bat with a runner on every base and nobody out.
What to do right here. The uppercut right there by Adam Kennedy. There you see the fastball. Here it comes. Down low, nice placement, but Adam gets down and gets that with a little 9-iron shot.
Left-handers love the ball down, don't they?
Down and in. Down and in. It's a dangerous place to live with lefties.
Adelano does not have a Major League RBI. He has one sacrifice bunt on the year. I don't know if the Nats would try to squeeze here. That is one way to stay out of a double play. You'd rather have him strike out than hit a ground ball right at somebody.
Agreed. You don't need a double play right here.
And you have your leadoff guy, Nigel Morgan. Hard to double up next. Rain starting to fall. And fans are scrambling. And Adelano is gone for the first out. Pelting down pretty good. The wind is blowing from the south. So it's kind of blowing straight out towards center field. Crazy conditions in which to pitch and hit right now suddenly. And Morgan goes up and hits that ball pretty far to center. At least far enough to score. Pudge Rodriguez. 2 runners move up. Nationals lead 3-0.
Nice job, Mr. Morgan. Very nicely done.
Bernardino went to third on that. And with 2 outs, it'll be Guzman. A reminder, when the Nats are home on the next homestand, the Sunday Family Fun Pack. The ticket includes a seat, hot dog, chips, and a soda for just $14. Visit nationals.com/kids to purchase your Family Fun Pack tickets. Now the wind is shifting and rain's blowing in our booth up here. Nigel gets his 10th RBI of the year.
I feel like we're in an episode of Gilligan's Island right now. We got the skipper here.
This could be more than a 3-hour tour.
I don't know. We'll let you be the professor. I'll be Gilligan. Where's Ginger and Marianne?
Now the crew chief, Jerry Lane, is at third base. He may be waiting for the final out of this inning because they won't be able to play in this very long. With that in mind, the Nationals send a run at Kennedy. And he's pulling them off the field at 8:04. It's just too nasty out there. The ground crew will start to hustle. The tarp is already crossing into fair territory here, and the teams will scramble off the field. So the Nats lead 3-0 with 2 runners on and 2 out. Guzman at the plate. As we always do in a situation like this, we'll send you to ESPN News. And when we're ready for baseball, we'll be back to Nationals Park. We'll keep you updated every 30 minutes. are off to our east, and hopefully they're not coming back. Here's our game summary. Right now the Nats lead 3-0. Runners at first and third here in the fourth. Guzman at the plate. Josh Willingham hitting his 100th career homer to start off this inning. And a wonderful shot it was, Rob, high in the air out to left field.
Nah, this was not a cheapie. He crushed it. Straight up in the air, came down about 30 rows up. Wow. So, the hammer. Laying down some smack'em yack'em for the 100th time.
And then Rodriguez, Bernardina, and Kennedy all singled. Adelano struck out. Morgan hit a sac fly. And now Christian Guzman's in the batter's box with Bernardina on third, Kennedy at first. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Anthony LaRue, the pitch in the bottom of the fourth. Instead, he'll do the step-off move.
LaRue, very economical at 48.
And Guzman will take it outside. So we resume at 8:53. That'll be a 49-minute rain delay. Christian Guzman 1 for 2 tonight. Nationals lead 3-0. They've out-hit the Royals 8-3. And Guzman will get a piece of that and stay alive. Bernardino went to third on the Morgan sac fly. Adam Kennedy, after singling, stayed at first. Now, Rob, a delay of 49 minutes. Is that in the middle of the range for a pitcher, or is that getting to the point where it's in jeopardy whether he can come back or not?
It depends on, both guys have been pretty economical. It was in the fourth inning that the game was stopped. So I would say right around an hour to an hour and a half. I mean, neither one of these guys has thrown 98, so I don't think they were taxed.
Guzman pops it up over by the dugout, and it'll reach first or 2 rows.
You worry more about the air conditioning inside. That your guy, hopefully both pitchers went in, put a jacket on to keep from stiffening up. You don't want a guy to ever come out and not be loose and try to fight through it just to pitch another inning.
Did you notice Anthony LaRue was one of the first over to the dugout?
I played with a guy like that. I'm sure you saw him do it, Randy Myers. Every foul ball, he sprinted to the fence, tried to catch it, even if it was 100 rows up.
Guzman battling here after the 0-2 count that lasted 49 minutes. Now that's a long count, and now it's 2-2.
I used to love when Randy, he always had to talk into his glove like everybody was spying on him or something. Okay, you do this, you do that. Like they had some telephoto lens checking him out.
Runner going at first. That's a wild pitch.
No.
But the ball hits off of that limestone behind home plate, comes rocketing back. They won't have to call a wild pitch because Kennedy was stealing, so that's his 9th stolen base of the year. It's the only drawback to that hard surface behind home plate is if the ball misses the one advertising sign back there, it can come rifling right back to the batter's box.
Well, like Bob said, he short hops Kendall back there. It hits off the stone, comes right back out, and actually gets by Kendall. But you don't want to chance that. Had he caught that thing cleanly, Bernardino was dead at the plate.
Guzman hits it well, knocked down by Aviles, and that's it for the bottom of the fourth. Nats leave a couple, but they scored 2 and lead 3-0. games. Stop by the Scoreboard Walk Bar for $5 brews during the pregame happy hour. 7, 8, and 9 for the Royals here in the fifth. Mike Aviles, the second baseman, leads off. Adelano right back to work. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, by the way, we need to start talking up our guys for the All-Star game. We're not getting a lot of votes. My wife went through it today. We only have 1 guy in the top 5 of any position, and that's Pudge Rodriguez. It's 5th in the National League catchers right now.
You can vote up to 25 times at Nationals.com.
And I think Adam Dunn's an all-star. Ryan Zimmerman should be a perennial all-star. Caps, but they pick the pitchers.
I've seen a lot of right-handed batters reaching on that fastball tonight. Aviles kicking the dirt after strike 2, upset with himself.
Well, I think they had a different scouting report, and I think that
Pudge is throwing them a monkey wrench tonight.
And Pudge and Steve McCanny, they've all done a wonderful job here of trying to mess up that scouting report.
Up the middle, well placed. Sliding is Kennedy, but that's a base hit. And Yuniesky Betancourt, the shortstop, will be next.
Still a nice play right here for Adam Kennedy to show his range, but this is a base hit. About a 3-hopper up the middle, and Adam comes across on the shortstop side. Nice backhand, but there's no way. Mike Aviles fast, and you're going to be able to throw him out.
Betancourt bounced back to the pitcher first time up. And a breaking ball hit out into left center. Nyjer Morgan coming on. Can't get there. The Royals bloop in another. They have 2 on for the pitcher. Joel Peralta warming up now after joining the ball club yesterday.
Another good pitch right here on Betancourt by Adelano, and it just jams him, and nobody can catch that one.
Everybody in the ballpark expecting a bunt here. Zimmerman and Dunn pinching in from the corners.
Well, Luis can't get frustrated. He's making good pitches. They're being tapped up the middle, little jam shot here. Nobody's really making great contact on it. So take your out right here and try to work your way out of this inning.
Guy's trying to make an out. Let him. You have to now that it's 2-0. You can't.
Yeah, you got to let that base hit go. You can't get frustrated. You saw him raise his arms a little bit. You know, sometimes you can't control that, but you can control continuing to hit your spots. He's done a great job tonight. Refocus.
He misses 3 times in a row with fastballs to the pitcher, who hasn't even had to come close to trying to bunt.
Well, right there, he just gets a little bit lazy with the arm, and he actually gets too much sink action.
Borderline call on the inside corner.
I would agree with Bob right here that because he's thrown a lot of strikes tonight, Runge gives him a little bit of a gift.
That's a good bunt. Adelano, plenty of time. Right to Kennedy. 1-4. Royals execute the sacrifice.
Come on, get yourself back under control. And Sednick is a great contact guy. LaRue, nice bunt right here. Deadens it. A little moist. Adelano comes in, has plenty of time to throw him out at first. Take the outs when you can get them.
And now Podsednik, who's been a very tough out in this series. 4 for 4 last night. 0 for 2 tonight. But his first at bat, he scorched one caught by Guzman. That's a good start. well to right. Bernardina going back. He'll grab it. 2 runners will move up. That's get it out. They trade it for a run. It's a 3-1 ball game. The way Podsednik's been swinging, you'll gladly take that.
Where's got it?
That'll bring up Jason Kendall now with 2 outs.
Just a contact play here by Scott Podsednik. Outside, he goes down and he gets it. Just puts it in the air way back from Bernardina. Nice job by Nigel Morgan tonight. And now Podsednik, the leadoff guy's hitting some sac flies to get some runs in.
Kendall 0 for 2, strikeout, fly ball to right.
Go hard at this guy. You got a chance to minimize the damage in this inning. Don't get lazy and get behind Kendall and start bringing up the middle of the order where De Jesus and Butler can hurt him.
The fastball. Of his 23 RBIs in situations just like this. That's a beauty. Maybe it took Adelano a dozen pitchers or so to get Reed comfortable out there.
Fell behind 1-0, but 2 pitches in a row. This one a nice off-speed little cutter action. Gets him back in front.
David De Jesus 0 for 2 next. Nats want to see him in the 6th. 1-2 to Kendall. On a 1-hopper to Guzman. Adelano out of the inning. Well done. 2 on, nobody out. Royals settle for 1. Washington leads 3-1. Big guns coming up.
A lot easier, and Ryan just scorching the ball a couple of times tonight. That double brings in a run from first base with 2 outs. So the bottom line is when Zim goes, the Nats go, and it makes everybody, including us, very happy to see him hit the ball.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Ryan, with his 37th RBI last time up, gave the Nats a 1-0 lead in the third with that double.
Another thing I love about him, too, he wasn't panicking. A little bit of a valley, but he never panicked. And like I said yesterday, he's like, I'm going to come out of this.
His low-key nature serves him well during times like these. Just not too high, not too low. It's a good 0-2 pitch. When a guy's 2 for 2 against you, you've got to take command of the strike zone at some point.
Well, and he's a guy that dives. You see that front leg come up. He goes towards the plate every time. So he's stepping in. That's the way to keep him from stepping into it. And he's not going to be afraid. Wow. Woo. Where's that pitch?
So Ryan Zimmerman got his 100th home run at San Diego May 30th. And then 23 days later, Josh Willingham gets his.
All right, so who's the next guy that's got some kind of personal goal to achieve? Anybody close to a couple of 100 home runs? Or?
Guzman's 3 homers away from 65. That ball deflected by the pitcher. That's unlucky. Ryan appeared to have a base hit up the middle. It'll go 1-6-3. Check out the winner of tonight's DC Lottery Lucky Seat Upgrade. Another great way to win with DC Lottery this summer. Play DC Black, the only scratcher where you can win up to $1 million. And that couple started out way upstairs tonight and ended up way down and close to the field. Congratulations. Here's Adam Dunn, 0 for 2 on grounders into right field with the second baseman. Leads the league in not only total bases with 141, but 38 extra base hits.
Some nice changeups by LaRue. Throws the ball right around 91, 92. Good breaking stuff. Good off-speed stuff. I would say a lot of guys I've seen this year, he's earned the trip to the big leagues.
Adam Dunn lifting this one to center. See you later. Banging off the back wall of the batter's eye. And the Nats power game makes it 4-1.
Big bad Dunn.
That ball was hit a mile.
I hope our fans get on their computers and vote for Adam Dunn. And the National League All-Star team. This is a drive by Kinetic right here on the pitch track. 91 fastball away. The big fella gets his arms extended. That's dangerous for any round ball with leather on it.
Adam Dunn, second in the league with 17 now. Another solo, of course.
Yes.
Adam Dunn now a nice baseball number. 333 career home runs.
Well, if you put the Chewbacca suit on that, you could probably be in the next Star Wars movie.
1 ball, 1 strike. He'll just laugh.
I love Big Bad Dunn.
Middle of the lineup producing tonight. 5 hits, 2 homers for the big guys. And Willingham heading for the bullpen with this one. It is going to one-hop the wall. And Josh Willingham has 8 total bases tonight with 2 doubles and a home run. So the Hammer's 3 for 3 after going 5 for 32 his previous 9 games.
Well, everybody's swinging it. We talked about Ryan Zimmerman hitting the ball well. It gets better pitches for everybody. Dunn got a fastball. Hammer gets another fastball right here. It straightens out over the plate. So LaRue needs to get the ball down and get some movement on it.
A homer, 2 doubles, 8 total bases. This is the first time the Nationals have been in double figures in hits since the 9-4 win at Cleveland a week ago Sunday. Kanakoa Teixeira is up for the Royals. And LaRue was lucky to get an out on Zimmerman when the ball hit him and deflected to the shortstop. Throws it by Rodriguez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pudge a base hit up the middle last time. He was thinking right field on that pitch away.
I just think he's a great influence, too, on the guys that are not only hitting his group every day, but all the other guys stand around the cage. They watch a guy with 20 years in the major leagues. The young guys are like, do it. What does he do every day? So follow this guy around, play probably a few extra years. You're lucky.
And then later in your career, when you can afford it, you hire a personal trainer.
To go everywhere.
To go everywhere.
That's right. Watch everything you eat. Make you do all your work every day. Keep that back in shape. They wear me out. When I'm watching those guys work out, I'm like, working too hard.
Well, someday, Rob, they'll be able to live the leisurely life of a TV analyst.
Like you and I.
No, I said analyst.
Listen, I lived this life when I was a player, too.
So this is your bullpen up here?
Yeah, this is my bullpen. I'd be doing the same thing right now down there.
3-2 to Pudge. That one dipping under his bat, foul tipped, and Kendall holds on. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Anthony LaRue.
Need to get the ball down right here. He does. Gets a nice changeup. Throws it on the inner half. Righty on righty. Pudge probably wasn't looking for that.
Roger Bernardina base hit up the middle last time. He's 1 for 2. And he's now hit safely in 16 of his last 19 games. Right around 360 in the month of June. Jim Riggleman's calling it a platoon in right field because Michael Morris has forced his way into some at-bats against left-handers. Yeah, he referred to that twice before the game tonight.
I like it. It's an open competition right here. Well, I just think they're both quality.
So in right field, it is Morsadina for Jim Riggleman right now.
Or Michael the Body Bernardina.
Well, both of them are pretty big, strong guys.
Both put together. It's nice to be young. There he is. Got to meet his father the other night.
Those guys. Bernardina seeing the ball well, lays off that pitch. I don't know if Jason Kendall got crossed up. He's out to talk with LaRue. Phillies lead 2-1, top of the 9th at home against the Indians. Now the Mets just got to finish with a rain delay. They lead the Tigers at Citi Field 3/3 inning 5-0.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Neese versus Justin Verlander.
Marlins 6-3 at Baltimore as we show you the official June numbers, 362 for Bernardina. And the Braves are underway at Chicago, 6-3 White Sox in the 4th. 2-1 to Roger. That's well hit to center field. Got some carry on it and grabbing it De Jesus. The Nats are featuring some lively bats tonight. Dunn goes deep, and for Adam Dunn, his 333rd, a bomb off the back wall of the batter's eye in center field. Gardens, Williamsburg. Celebrate the world we share. Food court's been busy over on the third base side today. 49-minute rain delay. Those guys none the worse for wear. One's got his Clip and Save T-shirt Tuesday.
He's got to represent. Radio partner for 4 years, Kevin Kennedy. That was one of his big phrases about baseball. You got to represent.
Well put. Yep. Respect for the game. Royals box, Jose Guillen, 17-game hitting streak now. He'll bat in this inning behind De Jesus and Butler. Adelano goes soft and misses with a changeup away, 1-1.
A lot of talk for this young man. He has a $6 million salary due to him in 2011. A $500,000 buyout. So a lot of teams are interested in Mr. De Jesus.
Been around for a while, and he's still 30 years old. Royals drafted him in the 4th round out of Rutgers 10 years ago. 286 career hitter coming into this year. He's tacked 3 points onto that. Not a big power guy.
I wonder if he knows Jason Marquis. He's another Brooklyn boy. So these New Yorkers, like a pretty tough kid to me. Those Brooklynites I ever played with, John Franco.
Oh, man.
Amazing. 400 saves, most all-time by left-handed short-handed.
Right up the middle. This Kansas City ball club never stops hitting singles, do they?
No, they don't.
Stop by Chili'sBaseball.com. You might win a VIP baseball trip. And at Chili's, it's all in the preparation.
Well, that would figure. Kevin Seitzer, line drive monster.
Outstanding infielder for the Royals. Is this it for Adelano? This would be a relatively quick hook with a 3-run lead after only 78 pitches. The way the infield's gathered around, you would think Riggleman's going out to get the ball, but
well, he did this with Levo last night, though. He went out, he discussed things. I think he wants to look in Luis Adelano's eyes, and he got the answer he was looking for. Also, I think he wants everybody on the same page because he wants to try to get a double play right here.
Adelano's a double play type pitcher. Although tonight, only 6 ground ball outs in the first 5 innings. Part of that reason, he had some stuff going early that was unhittable, and he struck out 4.
But he's done a great job, and so is Pudge recognizing the stuff he has today and using that accordingly. You can't always go out and think, I'm going to have my great sinker. I've been saying this for 2 years. There's some days you go out there, oh my 3rd or 4th pitch, my 14 fastball is my pitch today. Make it work for you. Pretty simple stuff.
Runner started, then stopped, and that's a strike call. Well, he came in hitting .330, just about the same as he does with runners on.
Good pitch. Off the plate.
Adelano as a rookie, 5-4.
Looked like a 2-seamer. Wanted to ride it inside, rode a little bit too much.
That'll even things up, 2-2. Came in with a 4.77 ERA rate, 11 starts. And opponents hitting .282 against him. Hot hitter, Jose Guillen, 17-game streak next.
Love to have the bases empty when that guy comes up.
Butler has hit into 19 double plays this year.
Well, he's just a baby in terms of the major leagues. He turned, he's 24 now, turned 24 April 18th. 6'1", 240.
And a lot of guys of that size develop power as they get into their mid-20s and later in that decade. They really get stronger as they go.
Built like a Ty Wiggins or a Dan Uggla, maybe a little taller than Dan Uggla, but that kind of pop it looks like.
Got him on a fastball away. And Adelado continues with Pudge Rodriguez prompting to throw the heater up to get some strikeouts tonight.
Well, everybody's looking down, 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 down on the breaking balls and kinetic right here on the pitch track, and then you throw that four seam, and it just rides straight right up, and they don't look ready for it as Butler swings through it.
And he is done for the night after striking out Butler. Here comes Jim Riggleman.
Riggs, and that's a great line for Luis. It's a starting off or jumping off point for him.
Didn't walk anybody. He's given up 6 hits in 5 1/3 innings and can only win the game in terms of a decision. Joining a bullpen, 7th in the big leagues out of 30 teams, after being last of the 30 in ERA in 09. Marked improvement. They're the reason the ball club is as winning as it is.
And I hope that Joel can come up here and contribute the way he did down in Syracuse. Yeah, 20 saves down there.
It was outstanding. Yeah, even Drew Stewart wasn't the closer when he was down there. Everybody who came through there was setting it up for Peralta. Pitched for the Royals for parts of 3 years, 06, 07, 08.
And I know he's a little bit older. Those kind of numbers will get you noticed. Get you one of the first call-ups.
34 years of age, had a birthday at the end of March. He's from a town called Banao of the Dominican Republic. Stands 5'11", 195. And signed him as a minor league free agent December 15th after he appeared in 27 games with little success for Colorado last year. And a breaking ball. He gets a foul ball off the bat of Guillen.
Very fired up, amped up to get back up here and continue his major league career, so you don't want to overthrow these breaking balls and hang them, especially to this man.
Target is up. Runner goes. Ground ball. Still time for 2. Out at second. It's a 6-4-3. Even with De Jesus on the move, Guillen hit it hard enough for Guzman to get it started. And Joel Peralta's debut with the Nats, at least for now, a 6-4-3 success. Celebrate the 4th of July weekend here. Saturday the 3rd, first 20,000 fans receive a free replica patriotic cap, beautifully from Masson HD, red, white, and blue. Get ready to show your colors and Curly W at Nets time. That'll be on Saturday the 3rd, and make a note of it. That is a 4:10 game. Adam Kennedy leads off in the bottom of the 6th. Drew Storen is up because it appears Alberto Gonzalez will hit for Joel Peralta. Well, how's that for a debut with a new ball club for a pitcher?
Bob, the Arizona Diamondbacks have copied the President's Race. It's called the Legends Race, and they've announced 2 of the 4 people that will be represented. Their likenesses, Randy Johnson and Luis Gonzalez. And every bottom half of the 5th inning, the Legends Race, very similar to the President's Race, and the Sausage Race in Milwaukee.
And the Pierogi Race in Pittsburgh.
And the Pierogi Race and every other race.
And the Dot Race in Texas.
Yep.
You know, this all started with the Texas Rangers with the Dot Race on their scoreboard probably close to 30 years ago. It just goes to show the thirst this country has for gambling on anything.
How did you know that was the best part of my Milwaukee Brewers career? We used to bet on the sausages.
Yeah, I just had a...
At least they let all the sausages win there.
No kidding.
Yes, they did. The brats and the hot dogs.
Alberto Gonzalez this year, not that great as a pinch hitter, 3 for 18 with an RBI. But overall, he's 15 for 53. 283 batting average for a part-time guy who sometimes goes a week without an at-bat.
Well, and he's been wonderful, and he deserves more playing time. Just hasn't been there. When you're not playing well, you need to try to keep the same lineup out there. But there you see our box score for the day. And
everybody but the leadoff man and the pitcher with hits, and Niger does have a sac fly.
A couple of Han Solos in there. Zim getting off the schneid. The hammer, 3 for 3. Alberto done a great job staying ready to play, playing great defense when he's in there, 3rd or 2nd. Never hear a complaint on him. He's done a great job. Not an easy position to be in, and I feel for Adam Kennedy too. It's hard to keep yourself and keep your edge. You're not playing every day, whether it's offense or defense.
27 years of age, Gonzalez. 256 career batting average coming into the season in parts of 4 years with the Yankees and the Nets. Played minor league ball with Emilio Bonifacio at the single A level 5 and 6 years ago. He's become a very good major league utility man. That's a busted bat. And over to grab it, Aviles for the first down.
Well, and I can honestly tell you, you cannot win without guys like Alberto Gonzalez. I wouldn't have a World Championship ring without Luis Quinones and players like Herm Winningham, a backup outfielder, was amazing.
Here comes Ned Yost, evidently to remove Anthony LaRue, who will go 5 1/3. Gave up a couple of home runs tonight to Willingham and to Dunn. That's nothing to be ashamed of. It's happened to some other pitchers. He'll leave after 5 1/3 with 2 strikeouts, a walk, and behind 4-1. with Steven Strasburg stepping to the mound for the Nats. 2-0, 1.86 ERA. Opponents against Steven are hitting 149 this year. He'll be opposed by the Kansas City pitcher, Brian Bannister, who is 6-5 with a 5.70 ERA. Bottom line is, if the Nats can hold on to win tonight, in a good position tomorrow.
Don't say it.
We'll get you going at 4 o'clock. I didn't say anything.
You're going to say sweep.
You just said it.
Oh, did I? No, what could be better than having Strasburg throwing that hard?
Nice going, Boom Brain.
And then the lights going down. It's hard to see. And then Strasburg.
It's supposed to be sunny and hot tomorrow. We'll start you at 4 o'clock. Nets Extra, presented by your Washington Ford dealers.
Now, that's a good left-handed reliever. Dusty Hughes.
Dustin Robert Hughes from Horn Lake, Mississippi. Didn't sign with the Marlins in 2002 when they took him 50th. Then he went to Delta State in Cleveland, Mississippi. That's Division II.
Pitched in by Roy Oswalt.
Yeah, pitched in the D2 World Series twice. And the Royals took him in the 11th round in 2003. So he went 3 years of college ball and improved his draft status considerably. Kennedy's at first with 1 out here in the 6th, and Niger Morgan 0 for 2, sac fly, the hitter.
I think Roy is from Weir, Mississippi.
Sounds right. Morgan hits that ball fairly well to left. Back to grab it. And setting it 2 outs.
They got a former center fielder playing left field.
Guzman, first homer of the year last night.
Game-winning RBI right there by the Goozer.
And by the way, after 11 years in the big leagues, he finally tied Roger Maris. That was his 61st career home run.
Hey, he's got 61 more than us, buddy. Jeez.
But Guzman,
he's the hit man.
When he hits them well, occasionally they go out. I remember him homering. It was either last year or the year before. He had the cycle here.
Mr. Triple. He got 89 triples for his career.
He does.
Yeah, if we ever get down to Weir, Mississippi, Roy Oswalt has a restaurant.
Ooh, I bet you they serve some catfish there.
Oh, yeah, and probably some fried legs and everything else. But he will do the cash register when he's around.
Nice. Nothing like a hands-on owner.
Oh, he's such a great guy.
Probably came to work in his tractor.
Drayton McLean gave him a tractor.
So I hear the Texas Rangers are after him, huh?
Well, yes, their president, without naming Roy personally, which would be tampering, said, yeah, there's a guy that's pretty good that, yeah, we'd be interested in that.
Guzman going to try to beat this out. He will. Callaspo made a fairly good play at third base, but the ball was so far down the line for him. Christian Guzman has another multi-hit game here at home.
Well, we talked about Jose Guillen needing one of these to keep that streak going, while Christian Guzman gets a swinging punt, digs it down the first baseline. And as you said, Bob, look at all the mud all over it. Callaspo makes a fantastic play.
And that was an interesting first replay we saw with a cake of mud on the ball. It probably picked that up in the batter's box before making its way down third base way. Now here's Zimmerman. Ryan has hit the ball hard 3 times. Change up, generous call, strike 1. Big, slow breaking ball. Way out ahead. Despite his recent struggles, Zimmerman's still able to gear it up with men in scoring position. And that's where Adam Kennedy is right now. Two on, 2 out in the 4-1 game. right field to the line. Guillen. He'll get there and end the National sixth. 2 stranded, 8 on the night, but the Nats lead by 3 with 3 innings to go. Send your favorite Nats to the Midsummer Classic in Anaheim. Stop by Nationals.com to get started. Drew Storen. This is the way Jim Riggleman likes to line up his bullpen. Storen for the 7th, Clippard for the 8th, Caps for the 9th. If the Nationals pick up another run or 2 along the way, that changes the save situation at the back end of the pen. But for now, it'll be Storen against 6, 7, and 8. Callaspo, Aviles, and Betancourt for the Royals in the 7th. Nets are hammering the Tigers now. 4th inning at Citi Field, 10-2. They are just an amazing ball club at home with a record of 24-10. Atlanta's 24-7 at home. Here's Alberto Callaspo, 1 for 2 tonight. As Drew makes his 16th appearance, 16 innings, 13 hits, 4 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's got to be a little uncomfortable to face. He hangs on that back foot, explodes to home plate, and then some serious gas, some serious stuff. That's a breaking ball.
He gets to his balance point and then he drops and drives. That's a lot of that leverage pushing off the rubber. Nice smooth mechanics.
Callaspo, very good contact with him. And a bouncer up the middle. Guzman has to hurry. Gets rid of it. Well done for the first out here in the 7th. People want to know what's going on with Bryce Harper these days, and Byron Kerr, what's shaking?
Bob talked to Tim Chambers today, now the new coach at UNLV, coming over from College of Southern Nevada where he coached Bryce, and he says Bryce right now taking a little R&R for 4 or 5 days, actually fishing in Oklahoma, and he says that he doesn't think that, in his opinion, Bryce will drag it out all summer long, that he wants to play baseball right now, and talks could heat up in the next few weeks. The next thing on the agenda for Bryce is the Golden Spikes Award ceremony, which comes up, as you said, in 3 weeks at the All-Star game. And wondering if sand bass would be something, Bob, that could be grilled up nicely for Bryce this week.
Sand bass in Oklahoma this time of the year. Very good fishing, Byron. You did your homework. Well done. We call them black bass as well. But they leave their eggs in in shallow streams in the sand, and that's the name of the bass. Very smart fishing. I have a feeling by this time next year he'll have his own boat. Drew doesn't have any saves, but that odd stat where he is 4 for 4 in save situations. I just think it's odd when they talk about guys who aren't closers getting blown saves in the 6th inning. Lost leads might be a little more accurate, but that's the way the stat reads. Steve McCaddy could care less about numbers like that. He wants his guys to get outs. And with the help of Guzman, Storen just got one. The ERA coming down. The Nats have just had a hard time scoring until tonight. Bullpen was fabulous last night. Clippard scoreless 8th with 1 hit. Caps scoreless 9th with 2 hits. They struck out 4 combined. They didn't walk anybody. That was a big game last night, Rob. One pitch here or there could have given Kansas City a win. And the Nats would be in a world of hurt here tonight. Instead, you've kind of got a different outlook on things suddenly. With a 2-1 victory and a well-pitched game and some timely hitting tonight.
Well, and you just probably thought in that locker room that you were snake bitten and everything you were trying wasn't working, and games we should have won or could have won, we didn't. And that was one that you're out hit 11-4 and you squeeze out a win. You take any way you can.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
You come to the ballpark ready to play today or refreshed. You've got that big gorilla off your back on the losing streak. It was a fun game. Well played by both teams last night. Once again, this is a pretty well played game. I mean, if you look at LaRue's numbers and Adelano's, very similar.
2-2 from Storen. And Aviles reaching again.
Adelano, 84 pitches, 58 for strikes. LaRue, 86 pitches, 52 for strikes. The difference is some of those long balls that LaRue left up in the strike zone. And Adelano, because Kansas City didn't expect it, he was throwing those pitches, 4-seamers, right by them.
Did he go? Looks like there won't even be an appeal.
Well, the way I look at it for Adelano, too, that gives you an added weapon now. That whoever's scouting his next start, sitting in the stands, is going, okay, we need to put that on the chart now.
Not the same guy we thought he was.
Exactly.
3-2 pitch. And a bouncer outside third. Phillies have won their game at home over the Indians 2-1.
And I was listening to the ESPN game Sunday night, and not that I spent a lot of time listening to Oral Hershiser and Kurt Schilling, but when they were talking about pitching down the Red Sox and Manny Ramirez, they did mention that you should save something for later in the game, about the third trip through the lineup. Save something in your repertoire for that period.
Good battle by Storen. Here's Guzman again. Couple of crow hops. Close play. 2 outs.
We talk about that often with our guys, not showing all your pitches in the first inning. And here's 2 of the best.
Yeah, and when you do, you're not around for the 3rd time around the order.
Well, yeah, because you always want to have an edge. And whether or not that edge is them thinking you have another pitch that you may throw sooner or later and things like that. But for the most part, if you show everything right up front, it's like showing your cards in a card game right up front.
Here's Yuniesky Betancourt, the number 8 hitter. So Storen gets a couple of ground ball outs. That one's in the air on 1 pitch. Second baseman Adam Kennedy. Nats are throwing the ball well tonight. Done. Willingham Rodriguez coming up. Time to stretch in D.C. the weekend. Some split loyalties? Maybe. Here's Adam Dunn, bottom 7, still in the ball game. The left-hander Dusty Hughes for the Royals. All right, last time Adam Dunn hit one, it went over the wall at about the 400 mark, probably 50 feet to that back wall, and it was halfway up that back wall.
It's like they moved that little cart that was out there. Maybe they knew Adam was going to hit a home run in there and maybe bust the window off.
There was an emergency vehicle sitting out there, which is not anymore.
I thought that was an emergency vehicle.
I thought it had a cross on it.
It's gone. It used to sit right there. It used to be that emergency vehicle. They just thought, there's been a lot of emergencies, so they'll get rid of it. Everybody's downsizing.
Jason Hayward of Atlanta hit one out there. Remember that one he banged off the wall back there?
Mm-hmm.
That's big man's territory out there. Two and two now. Adam Dunn added 4 total bases onto his ledger with that. Has 145 now. And has 39 extra base hits. That's one behind Vernon Wells for the major league lead. Close. Ball 3. Rob and I were chatting before the ball game tonight about how Adam Dunn's batting average has gone up. His on-base percentage is going down because he's swinging, he's doing damage. His little guy wants him to hit it out of here. He's going to get jammed and pop it back up near the screen, handled by Jason Pendle.
Yeah, I don't mind him expanding his zone. I think he's done a wonderful job of. Wasn't getting a lot of pitches to see, went out there, got some, so then they started fighting them a little bit more, and then he started hitting a bunch of home runs. Another show of frustration by the big man.
How about number 100 for Josh Willingham leading off the 4th?
The hammer puts the hammer down hard right here.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
No.
His 13th of the year. He has 8 total bases tonight. And Ned Yost doesn't want the left-hander facing him. So it'll be 1 inning with 1 hit for Dusty Hughes. Nationals deeper into the Kansas City bullpen, leading 4-1. In any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Chris Getz will bat 9th on a double switch and play second base for Kansas City. And that will bring in a native of Maui, Kanakoa Teixeira, 24-year-old rookie right-hander. Royals got him on waivers from Seattle earlier this month. Willingham greets him with a rocket to third, handled by Callaspo. Josh Willingham has stung the ball 4 times tonight. 2 outs here in the 7th. By the way, in that Phillies win, Jamie Moyer went 8-6, and Brad Lidge got his 5th save. So he's getting better and better all the time.
Oldest pitcher to beat the Yankees.
Who's that?
Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
Oldest player in Yankees history. Lay it down on them in interleague play.
Well, he might have become the oldest guy to beat the Indians tonight, too. He'll be the oldest guy to beat a lot of ball clubs. So Teixeira throws 2 pitches and gets 2 outs. They're dancing in the streets at Kapalua after that performance. On to the 8th inning. 4-1. Nats over the Royals. Also good to see that number 11 on the board. As we mentioned, it's been a week and a half since the Nats have been able to go double digits in hits. And they've done it tonight, 11-6 over Kansas City. And Drew Storen will stay in and pitch the 8th inning.
Well, they broke out in a big way, and the big 3 in the middle got it done tonight. Not over yet. 6 more outs to go, but you love to see guys hitting the ball with authority. Dunn crushed his ball. Zim has come out. And then the hammer, a couple of doubles, and then a 100th home run.
And Guzman's been on base twice.
Guzman's been fantastic. Everybody's playing well. It's nice to see.
Chris Getz leads off for the Royals after coming into play second base.
And I could definitely second what Jim Riggleman said about the team. I mean, you got to be proud and happy about the way they play. Nobody quits. They hustle and they run out everything. Not like they weren't trying to win. Every one of those ball games as hard as they could. Maybe they were doing it too hard.
Chris Getz is a 26-year-old infielder from the Detroit area, Southfield, Michigan. Went to Wake Forest and then returned home for the Big Blue in Ann Arbor. He was a 2-time All-Big Ten player and a second-team All-American. White Sox drafted him originally 5 years ago. That's fair inside the bag. That'll bang off the seats. Willingham makes a good play. Safe at second. Is Getz to lead off the 8th.
So that Deacon Demon got his 3rd double of the season.
Royals got him in the Martian deal last November. Good job of just going the other way.
There's a hard sinker. He just goes with it, gets it in and around the bag. It goes into foul territory, and Getz shows you the great speed. Willingham came in, knew his own ballpark, and made that a close play at second.
Nats have a left-hander warming. David DeJesus is a couple of hitters away. Right now it's the left-hander Podsednik, and Drew Storen misses away. So for now it's okay to go righty versus lefty. That was Slayton, who just walked out of your shot. There he is. And that would be with DeJesus in mind, 2 hitters away. Two and 0. Kansas City Ball Club can hit. They have 18 hits in these 2 games, but they've only scored 2 runs. They still lead baseball with a batting average of .279. And Steve McCaddy is going to come out and chat with Drew Storen. Marlins about to win at Baltimore, leading 7-4 in the 9th. Another one for the National League has St. Louis winning at Toronto 9-4.
I used to work with Scott Podsednik's wife, Lisa. We welcomed their first child last year, Petra Eileen, May 9, 2009. So congratulations to them both.
Always liked him. Solid guy, originally drafted by Texas, traded to Florida, then back to Texas in the Rule 5 draft. Seattle, Milwaukee, White Sox, Rockies last year.
A survivor.
Yeah. He was a great athlete out of West Texas High School. That's the name of his town, West Texas. Basketball, baseball, track. He had all kind of scholarship offers to run the dash and the hurdles from Texas A&M, TCU, and the University of Texas. 3 balls and no strikes here. Drew Storen, who hardly walked anybody in the minor leagues, has now come up to the Nationals and walked 8 batters in 17 innings.
Yeah, but I think his stuff down in the minor leagues, he probably didn't have to keep it away from the big league hitters. These guys will make you pay for a mistake. You get away with a few more things there. Had he spent more time down there, he might have thought about it a little bit harder, but he was a meteoric rise right up to the major leagues. But up here, it's a little bit more cautious and tentative.
Jim Riggleman's going to make a change here, and he was looking back into the tunnel that leads up toward the clubhouse before he made his move to take Storen out of the game. So Drew will pitch an inning, but then in this frame he'll give up a double and a walk. Taking his warm-up tosses. Nats Extra. Verizon Fios brings it to you. And Josh Willingham getting number 100 with a home run leading off the 4th inning. Lots of reaction, interviews from the Nats clubhouse, and Jim Riggleman live. It's all coming up with Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight here at the ballpark, Nats Extra. Tyler Clippard, 37th appearance of the year. Nobody else on the staff has more than 33. That's Matt Capps. Then there's a bit of a drop-off down into the 20s. So we know who the busiest relievers have been on this ball club this year. They're always pitching with the lead, Rob, so some high-stress situations, and they've done quite well.
Well, not everybody likes to be the guy with the ball in their hand, but Tyler took it over last year. Became the setup man out of spring training.
41 games last year at 2.69 ERA. Jason Kendall, not a power guy at all, but a good contact hitter. Way upstairs with a fastball. $21,168 paid tonight. Ballpark very quiet right now.
Well, I also think that 50-minute rain delay had a lot to do with why Adelano got pulled maybe a little bit early. Same thing with LaRue. That's good managing and good coaching. You notice if a guy's starting to labor a little bit or he's leaving a pitch up and doing that. Those are the kind of things. That's why they're the pros and the experts down there, and that's why they're the coaches. It shouldn't always come down to a pitch count, so many innings. I mean, you have to look at a guy mechanically and say, you know what? He's not the same as before we went in there before the rain delay.
Clippard can't get over the top of his fastball. 3 in a row upstairs. Locks in on his target and throws it in there. You would figure he'd go fastball against Kendall, who has not hit a homer this year. And has hit an average of 5 home runs a year in his big league career. He helps out by popping up a high fastball. Infield fly rule in effect. Kennedy will take it right in front of Adam Dunn.
Well, Adam usually plays there later in the ball game. Look at Adam. Dude, he ran all the way over from second to take the ball from you.
You can have it. He's always been generous in the clubhouse, evidently on the diamond as well. He doesn't need clubhouse.
I'll catch plenty. But watch Big Bat Dunn. Hey, he's under. All right, you take it.
Here's David DeJesus. Now, earlier they had the left-hander Slayton warming up. Clippard, of course, with his changeup, can be very good against lefties. There it is. When he throws it for a strike, he's really good.
Oh, and down at the knees right there. Great movement the other way. And you know what? If you threw 2 more like that, that's all you really need to do. You don't have to make it any better than it just was. You don't have to take any more off of it. Just throw that same pitch.
And DeJesus, who's hit 5 home runs this year, would have to swing out of his shoelaces to hit the ball for any distance. That's a fastball. So he's mixing things up.
Catch up to that after that slow changeup. He throws one in the low to mid-90s. And this is what we talk about. This is Tyler at his finest. Get the guy off balance.
Sure looked quicker than 89. 0-2 to the left-handed hitting DeJesus. Florida won that game at Baltimore. They added 3 more in the 9th and won 10-4. National League's having a good night. San Diego won at Tampa Bay. Getz led off the inning with a double. Sednik walked. Kendall popped up on a 3-1 pitch.
fastball right there. Jesus way late on that.
Now they can't stop raving about the arm on that young right-hander, Blake Wood. Royals are very high on him. But they haven't had a lead late in the ball game yet in this series. He's been setting things up for Joaquin Soria. There's the changeup, and it's 2-2.
And he missed out. That's a perfect placement of that pitch. If De Jesus tries to go out and get that, all he's going to do is beat it into the ground. Hopefully you can, I don't know, not with Podsednik and him. I don't know if you can turn double play. But you'd have a shot.
Big pitch here with 2 men aboard. And he goes with a nasty breaking ball that De Jesus hacks off his foot. De Jesus 1 for 3 tonight and 1 for 7 in the series. Robbed of hits last night by the legs of Morgan and Willingham in the outfield. Goes with a fastball. Kennedy will get one, and that's not a bad play. That ball was scorched, and the Nats are lucky it even got Adam Kennedy. It could have gone right by him.
And that had to hurt. I think he just stopped that with his chest.
Fielder's choice. Keeps the tying run off base. First and third, 2 outs.
Well, as Bob said, this is a bullet. 2-hopper comes up, boom, hits him, and he stays with it and just gets the 1 out. I don't even know if you would have gotten De Jesus on that double play.
Power matchup now with 2 down, Billy Butler and Clipper. First pitch, breaking ball to the right-hander. Tyler mixing it up really well tonight. Pudge Rodriguez is calling a fantastic game.
Yeah, and took him a couple pitches to get locked in. Maybe he wasn't even loose enough when he came in. You never know. But once he got his stuff down, he's keeping the ball down and working ahead.
Upstairs, 90 plus, 0-2.
This high fastball in the 90s is just fantastic.
Why wouldn't you throw another one up there now?
I would. But you could also throw him a breaking ball in the dirt down and away. And yeah, he's got one of the best rising fastballs in the game.
There it is. Hacked out into center. Nyjer Morgan, 400 feet away. Keeping it in the park, and the Nats keep their 3-run lead. Thursdays, dollar drink specials. Every Saturday home game, fireworks after the ball game. And after every weekend ball game, the kids run the bases. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com.
And Bob, the Harrisburg kids were here today, hitting off with Jordan Zimmerman in a simulated game.
He threw 40 pitches in 2 innings. And I saw Jordan after that down in the dugout. He told me he feels great. The Nats don't want him to rush into anything here, but he is raring to go.
Yep. Well, and that's exactly when you shut him down and back him off a little bit.
Yeah, they want him to go back to Florida, back it off, take it easy for a couple of days. I'm sure they want to see how he feels tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
After throwing 40 pitches today. Caps and Walker. Matt, if it's a 3-run lead, Walker, if the Nats lead by more than 4-1, erasing the save situation. Roger Bernardine has hit the ball hard twice tonight. 1 for 3. Base it up the middle, a line drive to center that was caught. Inside, 2-2 from Teixeira. Bernardino on an off-speed pitch strikes out. And that's how the bottom of the 8th gets underway. 3rd in a row for Teixeira. Next up, Adam Kennedy. Adam, base hit, a steal, a walk, and some solid defense tonight. I actually gave him a star in the scorebook a moment ago for taking that hot shot off his body and getting the force out at second. And you saw Willie Harris, who will bat for Tyler Clippard. Jim Riggleman would call what Tyler Clippard did a clean 8th inning. Two and 1 to Adam. He'll take the off-speed pitch outside, ball 3. Two-hopper, Billy Butler. 2 outs.
The Butler did it.
How long have you been waiting for that one?
It just came to me. I don't know why I was thinking about with Adam Kennedy up there, the game flew. It just came to me.
Instead of Willie Harris, it'll be Ian Desmond. Maybe a little more of a power dimension here. This may indicate that Ian's going to come in the ballgame and play shortstop in the 9th inning.
Just kind of swing everybody over a little bit.
Yeah.
By one position, with Christian at second.
Because if there was no defense to this, Rob, it would probably be Mike Morse. Desmond's struggling a bit. He's won for his last 10. Jim Riggleman just wanted him to sit down tonight, let things slow down a little bit. He describes Ian as a full speed ahead, aggressive guy. That's a pretty accurate assessment.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you need a breather from that. His defense has improved since some of the problems he had on the road trip 2 weeks ago. He's going to have to check his bat after that.
I consider him an all-in kind of guy.
Well put.
That's why we love him. Why he loves the guy he's standing about 3 feet from. He loves Jason Kendall. Kendall is old school.
One and 2 to Ian. Never seen a catcher throw his glove at a pitch.
I was thinking about the pitch.
Well, you're supposed to. And Desmond will slam that one off of Jason Kendall's gear. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, and Teixeira's like half working from the stretch, half winding up. Doesn't have much of a leg kick. And that itself is kind of deceptive.
Desmond doesn't bite on a hard breaking ball, 3-2.
So there's nobody on base, but he's still working the slide step.
Maybe he's getting ready to walk in.
But, you know, if he came with a high leg kick, he might throw a couple miles an hour harder. Maybe he doesn't want to.
By the way, the Royals in the ninth, 5, 6, and 7. And the last spot is their pitcher spot after the double switch 2 innings ago. So it'll be Guillen Callaspo, possibly Mitch Meyer or Wilson Betterman off the bench. The Nats don't score. It'll be against Matt Capps. And Desmond will pop it up. Guillen will catch it. He will lead off. 3 outs to go for the Nats to win the series. It's 4-1 Washington into the ninth.
Truck, he gets the 4th drive of the game. Like you said, couldn't happen to a better man.
Congratulations to the Willinghams, who I'm sure are watching in Northwest Alabama tonight. So here's the defensive shuffle. Adam Kennedy over to first. From short to second, Christian Guzman. And then staying in after the pinch hitting appearance, Ian Desmond. Batting 4th and pitching, Matt Capps. Guillen takes a fastball high in the zone. 9th inning underway. And then he goes breaking ball to get the swing and the miss. Cap struck out the side last night after Guillen led off the inning against him with a base hit up the middle.
Well, and he's probably a little bit too strong and too live last night with the breaking ball, so probably tonight he warming up in the bullpen. He knew he had a good one. Use it if you got it.
Pop fly right side. It'll be close. Kennedy can't quite get there. Just beyond the tarp.
Concrete barrier behind the padding. So that doesn't feel too good on it. Adam gives it an effort right here. Goes over, runs out of real estate, and Finn makes a heck of a grab.
Good fielding crowd tonight. Not the first time. And Guillen will pop it up into short left. Desmond out, Willingham in. Left fielder's call, 1 out. He had that fastball located very well last night.
This came after a base hit. One streaky swing. And then he strikes out the side. Leadoff single by Guillen, and strange that he would come in and face Guillen again tonight to lead off the night.
Here's Callaspo. Matt Capps has a great
right there.
Matt Capps has a great philosophy about the late innings. He said, you know what, I'm going to give up hits. I'm not going to let them get on. They're going to have to hit their way aboard.
Oh, no. More mound issues. It's a big tree that falls right here.
Oops. Actually, we've had very few problems with the field after that torrential downpour. That just came in here and hammered the ball down. Guzman got a piece of it, but it's into center field. And Callaspo's 2 for 4 tonight. Great effort by Christian Guzman. And now Wilson Benjamin, who has power, will pinch hit for the pitcher.
Fastball on the inner half right here, and he just is all over it. That doesn't even look like Christian got a glove on. It looked like it hit him in the forearm.
Benjamin pinch hit in the 7th inning last night. He was the last man Levon faced, and he struck him out. Capps goes outside on the black for a strike.
Well, make him earn it that way, man. If you're going to do anything. So I want this guy to get a pitch from the middle in that he can pull, get extension on.
Ground ball right side, and Guzman can't get that one. This Kansas City ball club will single and single and single against you. So they have 2 men on in the 9th inning again against Matt Capps.
No, this looks like a breaking ball right here. Looks like a backdoor slider. Here you see the Exmo Christian giving it a valiant effort.
Kansas City 9 hits tonight. They had 11 last night. They've actually out-hit Washington in this series 20-15.
Got a couple of light hitting guys right here.
Nesky Betancourt, 5 homers on the year. He's 1 for 3 with a blue pit tonight. Sounds like a soccer crowd. But they're seeing a lot more goals in this ball. 1-1. Nationals trying to win their 20th home game of the year. 2 on, 1 out here in the ninth. Little tapper. That's going to be tough. Pudge grabs it. Off the bag. Bases loaded. Tough on a ball like that to get squared up for the throw. Base hit.
Swinging bunt right here by Betancourt. Just gets it off the end of the bat, and it looks like it's going to stay fair, so Pudge says, all right, I'll grab it.
Kennedy had to come off the bag. Now the tying run is at first base. So the Nats will trade any outs for 90 feet here. And this is Chris Getz, who pinch hit. Actually came into play second base and then hit in the 8th inning. And doubled down the line and left.
I know we like to play no doubles, but we got our outfield way deep. And these guys slap a lot of hits.
Billy Butler's fly ball last inning, the closest the Royals have come to a home run in this series. At third base, Alberto Callaspo. Second base, Wilson Betterman. And at first, Yuniesky Betancourt. 1 out here in the ninth. That one is popped up on the infield. A big second out. Desmond grabbing it. It'll be up to Scott Podsednik, who's had a good series. He might be the guy the Royals would most like to have up in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, even his sacrifice fly, his last at bat, one of the deepest balls hit tonight by the Royals. He just looked like he reached out, went across the plate, and he scooped that ball way back to right field.
Bases loaded, 2 outs in a 3-run game. Capps goes right after him. That ball will drop in right field and score 2 runs. Well, they're not hitting the ball hard, but the Royals get the bat on it, and it's a 4-3 game. Podsednik has driven in all 3 Kansas City runs.
I know you don't want the ball hit over your head, but watching these guys in the first 2 games, not too many balls have gone behind our outfielders.
None.
They just get the ball out of the infield, especially Podsednik.
Now the tying runs at second base. Betancourt wasn't able to go first to third on that. And it'll be Capps and Kendall here. Former Pirates dueling. John Burnett, a former battling bucko himself. Kendall and Capps missed each other by a year in Pittsburgh. A 4-3 ball game with 2 on here in the ninth. The hits are even at 11. Fastball out of play. base hit in this inning off Guzman's arm. Another a little dribbler to third, then a fluke to right. And with runners at first and second, 2 outs, a 1-2 count. Kendall and Caps. Series sweep tomorrow.
Great job by all. A little bit of drama there at the end, but that's what closers are good for. Great job by Luis Adelano tonight, and a very nice job by Josh Willingham and the rest of the boys.
Kansas City stranding 2 more runners, 8 again tonight, 16 in the series, and Matt's high fastball's been pretty effective.
Well, and Tyler Clippard and Adelano all night tonight, so I guess the only way to combat that singles hitting machine called the Kansas City Royals lineup is go high fastballs.